You tune into the Sportscast with Brian, Craig, and Jeff. Give you all the sports news you need. We give you outspoken thoughts about all the headlines. We talk baseball, football, hockey, and more. No matter the topic, we cover it. Get ready for the show and keep it outspoken. Keep it outspoken. We keep it outspoken only on the Sportscast. Tune into the Sportscast with Brian, Craig, and Jeff. Give you all the sports news you need.
Hello, everyone. Welcome in to Watson's Playbook. All right, guys, welcome in here to episode number 13 of Watson's Playbook. I hope you guys are continuing to be safe out there and be in a positive mood. Hope all those people that have lost their jobs, hope you're able to find different jobs by now. So hope everyone is doing good. For those that aren't, I'm sorry for that. If you want to reach out to me, you can reach out to me at watsonsplaybook@gmail.com. You have anything you want to talk to me about? Any problems with life going on right now? If you just want to ear, I'm here for you. So I wanted to shout out something real quick that me and my brother-in-law, or actually both my brother-in-laws, are doing. It's called My Goliath, and I haven't shouted this out in a long time. So what it is it's a website, but it's My Goliath, and what it is we're trying to inspire people. If you're going through any hardships, or if you've overcome any hardships, to share your story. So basically, you share your story with us. We post it on this page, and people can read these pages. People can go in and read your stories and be inspired by you overcoming something. Mine is up there. Mine's on loss. So my brother-in-law's is up there. His is on overcoming panic attacks and anxiety. So go take a look, go take a read. If you have a story you want to share with us, you can email me at watsonsplaybook@gmail.com. We're really trying to push this through, especially in a time where people might be really depressed with everything that's going on. So we're just trying to inspire and use social media for good. And I have tried to continue to do so. Other than just, posting sports stuff and everything about this podcast page, is I want to challenge you guys to use your social media feeds to share the positive things in the world, to be more positive, to be someone's cheerleader and support. We should all be building each other up right now instead of tearing each other down. So I want to challenge you guys to do that. And hopefully you'll have more people posting positive things on your page, and you'll be in a better mood and be happier, because it's really easy to be depressed right now. But right now in my life, not much going on. Still working. We're going to do a reroute next week, and I've been going to get more on my plate. So I'm looking forward to that, the challenge, and looking forward to more hours and more money at the job. I've been trying to eat healthier, guys. I have let the dad bod take over, which is nothing wrong with the dad bod, but I'm unhealthy right now, and I'm at the worst shape of my life. So I've been trying to turn that around. I've been eating salads, been taking my lunch at work, been eating salads. I drink 2 liters of water a day. Been just trying to eat healthier. I'm not going to be perfect at it, because the Lord knows I love food. It's me and my wife's weakness. We love food. We call it the food experience. So I'm just trying to eat healthier in that way and aspect, and eating more fruits and veggies, and not eating out so much. But as I say that, I think me and my wife are going to go to Chuy's here in just a little bit. So I got my grandma's funeral on next Friday. That's going to be a little tough. I plan on talking at her funeral and kind of remembering her life. So pray for me there that I'll be able to get up there and talk without being a big blubber of tears. So that's all I got really going on in my life right now. I'm looking forward to PlayStation 5 coming out. So the main dish we got coming up later, it's going to be talking about college football cancellation of their season. They say postponement, but it's really a cancellation. We'll get into that in a little bit. We got the fifth down going in here. All right. So on first down, a pitcher named Tyler Skaggs, who pitched for the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Last year, he passed away. He was in Texas. He was in a South Lake hotel, and he passed away in his hotel room. They really didn't know what was going on. His family didn't know what was going on. This is a kid that we were told, didn't do drugs or any of that stuff. Well, turns out the autopsy came back. He had fentanyl in his system. He had alcohol in his system, and one more. I forgot to write that down, but he had 3 different things in his system. He ended up overdosing on it, and fentanyl is a really dangerous drug. So when they found that out, his family was worried about what and how he got all this stuff. How did someone must have been supplying him, and they've actually charged Aaron Kay with giving Tyler Skaggs those pills that led to his overdose. He doesn't work for the Angels anymore, but he used to. Just a person on their staff. So he will be charged for that, which is good. It took over the baseball world here last year when it happened. So I'm glad that they found a culprit, and hopefully all that stuff stops with the Angels. And we don't know what happens behind the scenes of a Major League Baseball team or sports in general like that, but that's not good at all. Second down here on Watson's Playbook, the NBA ratings are down. Now, on episode number 12, my main dish was talking about how I thought all the protests would affect the NBA, the Major League Baseball, and NFL. We've seen it hit the NFL a little bit when Colin Kaepernick kneeled, 3 or 4 years ago. I didn't think the NBA would be bothered by it. I thought they're rated to be just about the same, but they're actually down 10 to 15% from last year. Now, I do understand that it's a bubble scenario, and some teams didn't make it into the playoffs or the try to play themselves back into a playoff spot. So you're losing out those fans, but you can't help but to think it has something to do and be affected with all the BLM support they're doing. They did a poll about a month ago asking if we as Americans believe it's okay for players to kneel. 57% said yes. 43% said no. They did the same poll 2 weeks later to the same group of people. 53% said no, and 47% said yes. So it's dropped a little bit there. You can't help but to think that all this protest is hurting the sports. So I was dead wrong on that, and I'm going to call myself out there. 10 to 15% from last year is a huge deal. That's pretty big deal. Going on to third down here in the Watson's Playbook. Astros coach gets 20-game suspension. Finally, something happens to the Astros. Finally, someone gets called out from them. His coach is called Alex Cintron. So basically, a fight broke out against him and Raymond Lorano. And sorry if I butchered that name, but Raymond Lorano got hit by a pitch. He has a few words to say to the pitcher. The catcher kind of stepped in between. Lorano goes down to first base, and the Astros coach, Alex Cintron, is yelling at that Raymond over there on first base, and he's telling him, "Come on over here." Well, he got what he deserved. Raymond went over there, and actually the coach, stepped back, and the players started melee, and it just broke into a brawl. Raymond gets 6 games, but the coach gets 20 games. Finally, something happens to the Astros, and they were talking to us today about how, is this a message about Rob Manfred punishing the Astros, or Rob Manfred not standing behind the Astros anymore, which I don't think is true. That he's still protecting the Astros. It's just the coach. He hasn't done anything to their players, so the coaches and staff there, he has. So going into 4th down, Jerry Jones speaks. He finally spoke out as training camp has started for teams. Jerry Jones is great at not answering questions. Like when you'll ask him a question, he'll talk for 15 minutes, and you have to draw your own conclusions because a lot of times he is not open or he's not going to give you a direct answer. They asked him, obviously, the very first question they asked him is about the anthem. He goes on this big, huge talk, and he hints. Now, I got to give him credit here. He hints that the player's going to be able to kneel for the anthem. That's what I took out of it. That's what some people took out of it. He also said, everyone knows how I stand or where I stand with it. And then he wants to talk about more. I think we're going to see Cowboys fans kneeling this season. I don't know. And I think it's kind of funny because you see I see a bunch of Cowboy fans going, Jerry Jones don't stand for them kneeling. You can't do that in the Dallas Cowboys. That's why I love them. We'll see this season. I don't know if they're going to do something as a team before the anthem, or if they're going to kneel during the anthem, if Jerry Jones is going to allow that to happen. But we'll see. It's a very interesting topic. And in my opinion, just get rid of the national anthem before playing games, and you won't have any problem on which side of the fence you sit on of it going on. So just don't play the national anthem before games, and you won't have an issue with this. Number 5, the playoffs bracket for basketball is just about set. We got a play-in game coming up against the Memphis Grizzlies and the Blazers. Now, the Blazers got the 8th spot. So for them to they play Memphis on Saturday. If the Blazers win, they go on into the playoffs to face the Lakers first round. If the Memphis wins, they play one more game, and that's the winner-take-all game, and Memphis could win themselves back into the playoffs. I'm hoping Memphis does because I'm a Los Angeles Lakers fan, and Damian Lillard is going off right now, and I don't want to face him. So, but you got the Lakers. It's going to be the Lakers versus either the Blazers or the Memphis Grizzlies, and then second seed is Clippers versus Mavs. Clippers should win that, in my opinion. Nuggets and Jazz. Nuggets should win that, and then you got Thunder and Rockets, which should be a pretty good series there. And Rockets are going to miss out on Russell Westbrook the beginning of the playoffs. With he's got an injured calf or injured groin, I believe. In the East, you got the Bucks versus Orlando. That should be easy win by the Bucks. You got Raptors and Nets. Raptors should take that. Celtics and 76ers. Celtics should take that with the 76ers being injured and banged up. And then you got Heat and Pacers. That should be probably going to be the best matchup there. Now, I'm a Los Angeles Lakers fan this year. Or not this year, sorry. I'm a Los Angeles Lakers fan for been a very, very long time. This year, they've been playing good. They haven't been playing good in the bubble. I don't like them to win it. I think the Clippers are the strongest team in the league, and I think it's going to be the Clippers versus, and this is my hot take, I think the Raptors are going to beat the Bucks to go to the championship. I think the Raptors are a very well-coached team, and I think the Bucks are weak, and we've seen that if you get Giannis mad, you can get him kicked out of games because he loses his temper a lot. He had butted a guy a couple of days ago, got kicked out of the game, and got suspended a game. So if you can bully him and make others play, I think you have a good chance of beating the Bucks. I think you can slow him down. But basketball is coming close to the season ending, and hopefully we can crown a champion. And I'm hoping it's the Lakers. Like I said, I'm a Lakers fan, and I hope they win it for Kobe Bryant after his passing this year. But I just don't see it happening. The Clippers are too strong of a team. And yeah, that sucks because, one big thing too is Lakers got the first seed, right? And right now it means nothing because the first seed would get the first round. You would get home court advantage throughout the playoffs, and the Lakers and Clippers play in the same building. And so if we face them to go to this championship, that would be a 7-game series of all home games for the Lakers because Lakers fans dominate that city. Clippers have been bad for a long time. They don't have a whole lot of fans. Now everyone's jumping on the fans bandwagon, or their fans are finally making some noise because they have a really good team, and I don't blame them. But it would be a very big advantage for us because you would have a lot of Laker fans there every game. So that really hurts us. I just think Clippers are too strong defensive-wise, offensive-wise. Now, the defense-wise, Lakers have been the third best defense in the league this year playing, and Clippers are actually number 5. So, but LeBron James looked off in this bubble. I don't know if he can't play without fans. I don't know if he's just resting himself until we get to the series because we pretty much had the first seed locked down. But I go on and on about the Lakers. I'm going to stop there. We're going to go ahead and get into the main dish here. And college football has come out, and there was speculation that they were going to just cancel all sports and football. And football is going to be the main topic because football is the one that pays all the bills and makes all the money. So the Pac-12 and the Big Ten came out, and they postponed their season. And they say postponed, and they want to move football back and play later on, but it's just not going to happen. And everyone says that's never going to happen. It's never going to work because it would run. You would have these college football players in basically in a calendar year playing 24 games, and the body is not going to be built where that. It's going to mess with the draft in the NFL. It's just not going to work out. And so they're saying postpone to give you some sense of, okay, well, it could still happen, but they're wrong. It's not going to happen. They might as well just go ahead and cancel it now. And there's a lot that goes into this decision that they've made. They feel safety is the biggest issue. And the Pac-12 didn't do anybody any favors. The Pac-12 made this, excuse me, they made a list of demands, right? Remember the players said, we're going to sit out if these demands aren't met. We want safety. We want money. We want, they wanted some type of insurance. They wanted this and this and this. And none of that was going to happen. So you made it really easy for the Pac-12 to say, well, you got Corona going on and our players are threatening to sit out. Let's go ahead and cancel the season. You made it very easy and gave them an extra push off the cliff there as they canceled their season. The Big Ten canceled. Nebraska's not happy about that. There was talks about them might go into another conference just to play football, but then Nebraska came out and said, no, we're going to be the Big Ten, and we love the Big Ten, and yada, yada, yada. So the Pac-12 comes out with that list of demands. You made it easy for them, like I said. Other football have decided other conferences have decided to play. But what's that going to look like with not a lot of teams playing? And is it going to be a full season? Is it going to be a shortened season? College NCAA said there's not going to be any championship this year because so many teams have dropped out. So what are you're just, I don't know what you're playing for at that point. I would like to see it continue, obviously. I just like to look at things from both sides of everything that's been going on. Trevor Lawrence did come out and he started the "We Want to Play" hashtag. Other players have jumped in. Coaches, they're fighting to play. Nick Saban, Harbaugh and Michigan. We want to play. Frost. We want to play. We want to play. We want to play. And I get it when they want to play. And not having a college football season would be horrible on many aspects of it. Trevor Lawrence will lose his season year or his senior year of football. He'll basically go into I guess he would have to go back into the draft of the NFL. And we all know he's going to be pick number 1. But the coaches, their claim is that the kids would actually be safer in college and playing football. And to a certain extent, that makes sense, right? Like at first I was like, oh, are you kidding me? That makes no sense. Because you got to be able to control a lot of different things. But their aspect is we can we can monitor them. We can control them where they're going, when they can leave, what they're doing. They can set a system in place, and they're going to be tested daily or weekly or whatever, every 2 days, every 3 days. They're going to be tested. And that's the biggest thing, right? Because these college players, if they're not playing football, are out doing God knows what, hopefully they're being smart. But that's a lot of kids that are in college years, which most college people want to go out and party it up and have a good time. And they say that the worst part of of keeping these kids in line is giving them too much free time, because that's when things, they hang out with the wrong group or whatever, they make some mistakes. And so I was like, man, that makes no sense. They wouldn't be safer, and you're not being tested at home. I've never been tested for the coronavirus. They are not being tested for the coronavirus. So I'm going, well, I guess that does make a sense in that aspect, that they can be tested daily or every other day, however NCAA wants to do that. So that will be a big advantage to them going. But I just don't know how it's going to work. Are you going to have students on campus and you're mingling the football players or sports in general with those? You can't with the students on campus, thousands and thousands of people. You can't control all that unless they just make a bubble scenario, like we've seen the NBA bubbles working. Baseball, I think it's going to be able to finish, but there isn't a bubble, but they're hopefully going to ream it in there and stop going out. I just think there's a lot of things they would have to come up with a smart system to be able to control where these kids are, who's coming in contact with them, and everything like that. And if they can make a bubble scenario, I would agree with it. I would agree with that aspect of it, but I had to think about it for a little bit, because I was like, that makes no sense. But they would be getting tested every day, like I said, and I don't know how they can make a bubble aspect of it for every school. But and then you're not, there is no bubble when you're going to get on the plane and travel to other stadiums and play. So that'd be a little hard to work out. Sorry, excuse my coughing. And I want to excuse if you hear any of the girls out there screaming because they run around. Let's see. NCAA doesn't want. And another thing is the NCAA doesn't want reliability. The Pac-12, the Big Ten, they don't want reliability. Like the players, some of these college teams have asked them to sign waivers. The full players refuse, which I don't blame them. But NCAA doesn't want the reliability. And they're going to open themselves up for lawsuits. We don't know the ramifications of the long-term ramifications of if you get COVID. We won't know that for a little while. And you're opening yourself up, if you're the NCAA or your college, for lawsuits. So I don't blame the college football or college sports in general canceling, because you got to look at it from their view too. But they do not want that responsibility of what would happen if a kid did get it and passed away. There are those stories you hear all the time. I wouldn't say all the time, but you do hear stories about this person was young and didn't have an underlying condition and they passed away because of it. This person got it, whatever. And they always say, oh, you don't have an underlying condition, you're going to be fine. But you hear those stories. And I'm sure the percentages, if you get a bunch of kids together to play football or whatever, and someone gets it, something might happen. And if that does happen, I hope it doesn't, but if someone does pass away, then that is a lawsuit. You're opening yourself up for a lawsuit. So I can understand why they don't, and the players will not sign a waiver, which I get it too. So, and one more aspect is like, look, these are supposed to be student athletes, and the college football and college sports, they're always student athletes. And they want to keep you thinking student first, but we all know they're not these are athletes, especially the ones that are really good, and they're going to go on and make money in the NFL, they are just athletes. They're not really going to class and taking it, or most of them aren't going to class and taking it seriously. So I don't see how you can, if schools are going to not allow people on campus, but then want the team to come in and play football. That doesn't make any sense to me. The student athlete, basically, you might as well throw the student part out the window for these guys, and they're just athletes. And that goes into the whole reason of why college football players are fighting to get paid. And I understand it. College football, the NCAA has been crooked for a long time. They have these dumb rules where players can't benefit from anything. California fought that last year, and actually there's a new thing going to be coming in, I believe, this season, if there is a season, that allows players to get paid by their likeness. And that means basically if I'm a good enough football player to get endorsements from Nike or whatever, I will get paid for that. If I want to sign, back in the day, you couldn't sign your own autograph and sell it. It was against the NCAA rules, even though it's your name. That doesn't make any sense, right? There's a lot of these little rules and loopholes that keep players and stuff from making any type of money, anything like that. But when you think about it, that rule of, okay, if I'm good enough, it's my likeness, I can make commercials, I'll be able to go to car dealerships or whatever, make these little side deals and make money. Well, that's probably only maybe 10%, if even that high, of the football teams that are, big enough name to get that money, right? They're not going to sponsor your punter or your left guard. No one's going to recognize your left guard, but the star quarterback, yeah. The great wide receiver, yeah. The defensive end, yeah. So that allows a lot of people to still go unpaid for what they're doing in playing sports. I did read an article the other day that they are going to start allowing other things too. When that breaks into more detail, going into what they're going to allow for college football and in sports to be paid, I'll have that here on Watson's Playbook for you, but it hasn't really come out and said exactly what's going to be in it. So this is going to lead up to, though, I believe, athletes being paid while they're in college, and I think that's exactly what they need, because NCAA has taken a lot from them, made millions off their name, and allowed nothing for them. So you say a free education, but that's not who cares? That's not it's not true for a lot of these people and these athletes. Yeah, they do get a scholarship, but they go there and they're playing sports. They're not really getting the degrees and going into other things. Some of them are, because you're not going to make it to the pros. A small percentage actually makes it to the pros. But going back into the cancellations, though, here real quick of college football, is my biggest question to the Pac-12 and Big Ten is, why did you make this decision now? That's the part that doesn't make any sense to me. College football doesn't start up until the end of this month. I believe it's supposed to start in this month, beginning of the next month. You could have waited a couple weeks. You could have started the season and canceled or postponed later. Why did it have to be now? That's the question that boggled my mind when they came out with that decision, is why did you have to make it now? You didn't have to. You could have started, and if something happened, you could have canceled. But canceling, I believe, canceling NCAA football for these players is a lot worse, I think, than if you cancel the NFL season for those players. I'm talking about for the player wise. Now, I watch a lot more college or NFL than I do the NCAA football, but because when you're in the NFL, you already have a contract, and you already have a team, and it is what it is. NCAA football, you got guys that will miss out their senior year, and they would never get another look. They've been working this hard for their whole lives, and you would never have another opportunity to step on the field and show you what you're worth to try and make it to the pros. That is huge. you would lose another year to try to show your talents and showcase your talents to the NFL. That is huge for these students. That is huge for these college players, and I think that's horrible that happened. And I think the Pac-12, you're going to see a lot of Pac-12, Big Ten players. You're going to be seeing a lot of them transfer because they want to play. So you're going to see them transfer to other schools, if that's even allowed. I mean, I don't know the rules on that aspect of it, but I don't think they can cancel the year and say you're not allowed to go play anywhere else. I think that would be utterly ridiculous. Now the Pac-12 and Big Ten are going to lose. They're going to lose. I said that a little weird. They're going to lose about $160 million. They said in advertisements this year. They're losing money making this decision. So a lot went into their decision because you're not just going to throw away millions of dollars. So they made the decision that they made. There's nothing else I guess we can do about that. I hope to see college football play. And this leaves the door open for other conferences to cancel later on down the road. I believe that's going to happen. I believe we'll have one or two more come out and say, yeah, guys, when we get closer to actual season, we're going to drop out too. So I just think college football is at risk. I hope the others play. I don't know at the end of the season, if they do play full season, what it's going to look like if there's no championship. Because it's just a lot up in the air with college football and the coronavirus going on. It sucks. It sucks, and that's what coronavirus has done to our everyday lives. It sucks. It sucks for a lot of people, and during this time, I hope you guys are able to stay positive out there, and I hope you guys are able to get through this hard time. I feel really bad for my girls right now. I got 4 beautiful girls, and we haven't taken them anywhere. They've been in the house. We don't take them to the grocery stores. We don't take them to the parks. We haven't taken them anywhere. And I think it's going to come to the point where we're just going to have to go on and live our life. And I'm getting close to that point because I feel like it's unfair for them to be stuck in the house all the time. And here in Texas, it's extremely hot right now. And actually, it's supposed to be 104 today, and it's supposed to feel up to 111. So it's really hot. We don't take them out in the heat because it's ridiculously hot and dehydration and all that stuff. But they miss going to the parks. They miss doing this. And we miss taking them places. And you could go indoor to trampoline parks. And I feel really bad for them right now. And this is something me and my wife can handle easily. My wife's a homebody anyways. So I feel bad for them. And there comes a certain aspect where we're just going to have to say, you know what? We're going to go on with our life, and that's it. So schools started up in some places. We're doing the homeschooling with Darla, and I hope that pans out there. And I hope we get back into somewhat of a normal routine. And I think I saw something on the news the other day. Since school started back, there's been over 100,000 kids that come down with the coronavirus that's going back to school. So we still got a big issue there. Now, will there be any deaths that come out of that? I don't know. You don't hear a lot of kids dying because of this, but it's just a tough situation, guys. And I hope you guys are doing your part, wearing your mask. I wear one at work. I wear one when I go to the grocery store. I hope you're doing your part and keep it safe. And I know, a lot of people want to fight you on it and fight you on it, but the death rate's not very high and all this stuff. But if it happens to your family, then people tend to change their mind if you lost someone because of it, or your kid gets it, or whatever. So I just hope you guys are able to stay safe during this coronavirus, and it's been going on for too long. I wish we could stop worrying about it or stop talking about it, but it's still affecting our everyday lives. And I hope you guys are just able to go on and live your life right now, and try to have something to enjoy. And that's why I like sports a lot. Being able to get away and watch sports, and just it gives you that somewhat of a comfort of somewhat of a normal life again. But I've been really excited. So we're looking at moving into a new house, hopefully next year. And I've been really excited because my wife finds it, I think, a little bit annoying, but she gets super excited about it, right? They're like a new house, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm more of a realist, I'm just wait till it happens. I'll get excited when it happens. When I sign on the dotted line, I'll get excited. But we were talking about the garage the other day, and I was like, man, I got to start working out because I'm gaining weight. I'm gaining way too much weight, and I got to start working out, but I really don't have time to go to the gym. I would like to put a gym in the garage. And we already talked about making it my podcast room and having my man cave in there. So I've been talking about this gym, or talking about the garage for a while now. And my wife said, you're more excited about the garage than you are the house, which is kind of funny. But when I get this new house, I'm going to put my podcast room out there, hopefully be able to make it a man cave, put a TV on the wall, hopefully get things set up the way I want. And then I'm going to over time, I'll make it a gym and get the rubber matting in the floor and get some weights and stuff. So looking forward to that. So we're just building that credit up right now, and that's a pain in the butt to do. So, but that's what we're looking forward to. I think that's our goal to set and go towards. But I guess I'm just rambling on here. But I hope you guys continue to stay safe. I hope you guys can stay positive out there. Try and be a light and be positive to other people, and try and help other people out during this time. They may be in more desperate need than you are. And that's about it here in Watson's Playbook. I hope you guys have a good week, and take care, guys.
What's that? Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.